Hello, welcome to Patched. I'm your host, Paul James. Today I'm joined by Matto Phillips. How's things, mate?
We almost butchered that up.
I did stumble onto it, yeah.
We got back on track.
Back on track, somehow. It's been a week for both of us. Injuries galore. But we've got a lot to go through this week. The Game Awards, we've been talking about this, I think, for a few weeks, and I think we've kind of alluded to it on a few occasions during past episodes that we've got some predictions coming for that, and that's now today. And as is true to form, we'll probably not get a single one of them right each in this case, and if we do, maybe one at best. But we shoot our shot anyway, and you throw enough shit at a wall, and something's bound to stick. So we've got two kind of aspects of the show that we're going to go through tonight. We're going to, or today, as of when this goes live, we're going to make some predictions about games that get announced. But first, we're going to do what we normally do, and that is go through the various nominees for all of the different awards. I believe there's like 29 categories. And so we're going to go through and probably not spend too much time on some of them, but we'll go through each of the 29 categories and come up with some winners. And we'll project it up on the screen so everyone can have a bit of a look as we go and see what we come up with. On screen right now, as Matto and I kind of shrink into the corner, we've got the 2024 nominees and all of the different categories here, from Game of the Year all the way down to some esports bullshit. And we'll probably start with the esports bullshit. We'll try and get those sorts of things out of the way. But we'll try and come to some conclusions. Now, Matto, I don't know if you've got everything up on the screen on your end. Are you looking at the nominees as well? Okay, cool. I also need to make sure that it's presenting okay for everyone as we go. Awesome, it is just. So our first category here then is the best esports team. Recognising a specific esports team, not the full organisation, judged the most outstanding for performance and conduct in 2024. We've got Billy Gaming for League of Legends, Gen G for League of Legends, Navi for Counter-Strike, T1 for League of Legends, Team Liquid for Dota 2. I don't know.
Honestly, I'm just one of those people who go, why is this in the Games Awards? It's called the Game Awards, not the Esport Awards, which is there is a thing called the Esports Awards. Guess what they do? Esports, not games, just esports. I just don't get why it's here.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I know, Geoff, you want to try and make everyone happy, but it is called. It's in the title. It's in the title. It says the Game Awards,
not the competitive gaming players awards.
Here? Yeah. What are we awarding here, Geoff? Games. Well, we're supposed to be awarding games, but how things went last year, we weren't awarding games.
Yeah.
We were. Just no presentations.
Who knows? This year we could find ourselves awarding a DLC and not a game a whole lot. But anyway, we'll.
Oh no.
A bit of shade to Elden Ring there. Get fucked. It shouldn't be in the Game of the Year category. Oh Jesus! Yeah, that's gonna be big. I'll abstain as much as I am staunchly against the game featuring. I'll abstain. I just want
to wait and see what Geoff's response is if Elden Ring. I know we're jumping the gun way ahead, but if it wins, I want to see what Geoff's idiotic response is and see what he says.
And DLC of the year goes to.
Or he'll just start promoting DoorDash or something for absolutely no reason. Just did
the Chic Hydra Man comes back.
But I'm going to go Billy just because it's a funny name.
I'm going to go with Navi because Navi from
Zelda.
Yeah.
Just, hey, listen.
Next up is the best esports athlete, which is always one that we've got lots of meaningful thoughts on. We don't really know how it works.
Athlete?
So, best esports athlete. The esports athlete judged to be the most outstanding for performance and conduct in 2024, irrespective of game. That's a number, not a person. 33, Nita Shapira. Alex Zib, who's Alexi Viralane, and oh, jeez, I'm doing a bad job of this. Chovy, Zhong Ji-hoon. Faker. I'm pretty sure Faker's appeared before. I feel like that's a name that we've heard in the past. Yeah, in fact, he's probably holding. There's like his esports Game of the Year award there anyway. Lee Sang-hyung, Zaiwu, Matto, Herbert.
I think that's
Herbal.
It's German. Matto. I'd say that's a German man.
I think it was more the surname that was doing me in. But and then ZMJJKK, Zheng Yong Kang.
Yep, go with the last one. I'm going with the one with the least amount of vowels.
The non-existent vowels. Yeah, let's go with ZMJJKK. Moving on, because we don't care about that category in the slightest. Next up is the best esports game. At least we're acknowledging a game this time. For the game that has delivered the best overall esports experience to players, inclusive of tournaments, community support, and content updates, irrespective of genre or platform. Counter-Strike 2 from Valve, Dota 2 from Valve, League of Legends from Riot Games, Mobile Legends Bang Bang from Moonton Games, and Valorant from Riot Games.
I'm going with the one that's not made by Riot or Valve.
Yeah, let's go Bang Bang.
And I don't care. Just because it says Mobile Legends, I'm hoping it's a mobile game. Probably not. I don't know how you do esports on a phone. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, I see Valorant winning, but yeah, I'm putting all my stocks on Mobile Legends Bang Bang for that ridiculous name. That takes us to and a category we've got. I don't know any of these people. Content creator of the year for a streamer or content creator who's made an important and positive impact on the community in 2024, or in the case of us, no impact at all. Queso, Ilawan,
Yeah, that's right.
Techo Gamers, Typical Gamer, and Usada Pecora, who must be a VTuber, I'm guessing.
Yes. Same again. There's a awards ceremony called the Streamer Awards. That's where this should go.
I'm going to give it to Techo Gamers because Techo Gamers looks like the only person that's taken this seriously in any way, shape, or form, has provided a proper photo. Everyone else has taken a selfie off their phone, provided a picture, or in the case of Queso, looks like he just, oh shit, I've got to get this in by 2 a.m. to Geoff Keighley. I've just been getting smashed on the, smashing beers.
And he's also at the front of Waffle House, as I've noticed.
yeah, good point.
But also, I like how Techno Gamer has slightly gone off center with his photo given. So compared to everyone else, it's just the effort's there to go off center. I'll go with Techno Gamer, even though I've never ever heard of him.
Yeah,
and I don't care.
But good luck to you, Techo Gamers.
And good luck, Waffle House.
Cheers to Waffle House. All right, most anticipated game.
Why is this a category? We already know it's a silly question.
It's a silly question. We know what's going to win. But here we are regardless, because our answer wouldn't be that one, I suspect. But anyway, there's also far more than these 5 prominent games coming next year. But anyway, Death Stranding 2 On the Beach, Ghost of Yotai, Grand Theft Auto 6, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and Monster Hunter Wilds. Before you talk about what you expect to win, Matto, and I believe you might have even frozen on me here, so we'll see how all this goes technology-wise in a moment. What's your personal pick, I guess, for most anticipated for next year?
Easily, it's just going to be Grand Theft Auto 6. I was going to say 5 for a second. That came out 13 years ago. Because as much I know it's going to be the most anticipated game, not mine. It's either Monster Hunter Wilds, to be honest, or if Metroid Prime 4 comes out that year, or Ghost of Yotai. I don't know. It's those 3 games for me.
There's 3 of those 5 are like, and you just mentioned the 3 for me. Like they're the must plays for me out of that list.
I would honestly say Grand Theft Auto 6, as oddly it's going to say, is last on my list.
Of that list,
I would even put Death Stranding 2 above Grand Theft Auto 6. I haven't even played Death Stranding yet. I found out it was on Xbox the other day, and that just confused the hell out of me.
Kojima bought the rights, or now owns the rights to it, so he's doing what he wants with it.
Oh, good on him. Do what you want, Kojima. It's your game.
Yeah. But I believe there's like licensing, so like Death Stranding 2 is absolutely going to be a PlayStation exclusive for at least a little while.
Well, especially when it's got SIE, like in the
True.
In the bottom part next to Kojima Productions. So
yeah, good point.
Yes. I just only noticed that there. I was like, oh, there you go.
But yeah, I think we're probably relatively in sync. So for me, it's Monster Hunter of those 3. But Grand Theft Auto will be the one that wins, whether we like it or not. You would think.
You would think. I think it'd be about a good, I would say, 95% of the votes would just be idiots.
Yeah. I mean,
non-gamers.
Bill Clinton's going to be voting for it a lot.
Oh, good on you, Bill. Good on you.
Next category. We are probably into somewhat or close to real categories now. Best adaptation, recognising outstanding creative work that faithfully and authentically adapts a video game to another entertainment medium. We've got Arcane, which is a weird one because like they've got their cutoff, but like a whole bunch of Arcane Season 2 only came out in like the last week or so, which was after the cutoff. So then, yeah, I don't know how that works. Fallout, Knuckles, Like a Dragon Yakuza, and Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft.
Wait, there's a Like a Dragon TV series?
Oh yeah, and it's pretty mediocre from all reports.
I didn't even know there was one.
Oh yeah, no, they
It's
announced it
our
kind of
little.
mid-year or thereabouts, and then it came out maybe a month ago, and
I paid absolutely no attention whatsoever.
it's not great
Well,
apparently.
I mean, it's a tough one because was it Arcane's very popular. Fallout was good. Knuckles, I have not watched yet. Or Tomb Raider.
I haven't watched
It's a
Tomb Raider
cartoon.
yet, and I want to.
Oh, of course it's on Netflix. I don't know. It's a really tough one. I'm just gonna say Fallout because it's the only one I've watched, and I actually thought it was good. I don't know why I'm shocked by that. It's like, oh my god, a TV show was good from a video game. Good because you want to know why? They had the key principles of what a Fallout should look like. And that's
Pretty
what
much.
they did.
Yeah, I'm on Team Fallout as well. I don't see Knuckles winning. Yakuza like a Dragon Yakuza is just kind of making up the numbers here. Surely there's got to be something else that would have come out this year that would have been better, but maybe not.
I don't think so.
Tomb Raider is meant to be all right, but not amazing. I think it's a two-horse race between Arcane and Fallout, but apparently, by the time the voting closed, at least for the nominations and I think the judges' final ones too, the main part of the season, or the most recent part of the season, where it ends like incredibly well from all reports, wasn't even out. So I feel like it's a bit rich to go and put Arcane in there when the adaptation wasn't even done.
Geoff.
Well, it's not even an adaptation. Like, that's the thing. It's something kind of set in the universe. It's not even an adaptation, so I don't know that I'm crazy about that anyway. But Fallout, I think wins because it's had a whole year to build momentum. It's also going to speak to PlayStation gamers, Xbox gamers, PC gamers, whereas of course Arcane is only going to deal with the League of Legends crew, and that's a PC thing for the most part. So maybe just in terms of the number of people in audiences, Fallout might get the job done.
And also Kevin McAllister's going to be. It's a new type of Home Alone next year when Fallout Season 2 comes along.
I did see Walter Goggins.
Okay, so,
there was a photo of him the other day getting back in the Ghouls gear.
And Macaulay Culkin's just going to be there because why not?
Yeah, of course. Next category is, now we're into the real gamey stuff. So best multiplayer for outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op and massive multiplayer experiences, irrespective of game genre or platform. We've got Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Tekken 8, and Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. Matto.
Oh, it's a tough one. I know I've only played one of them, but Black Ops 6 is popular. Warhammer was also quite popular. Mario Party seemed to be also popular. Tekken 8 it's there because it's a fighter.
It's a
But
very good game from all reports.
I would love to say Helldivers 2, but I honestly think Sony shot themselves in the foot when they forced people to go, oh, hey, you need a PlayStation profile now.
The advantage of this, though, is that 90% of the votes for this stuff is the judges, and I think it's 90% judges and 10% fans. So
That's quite smart, yes.
that gives Helldivers an edge again because the judges don't care about, oh no, you have to sign into your PSN. Who cares? Just play the game. They're fine regardless.
So it's okay. I've got a PSN, so it doesn't really bother me if you're a game journalist or whatever. You have a PSN account, so you don't care.
They're also not petty children like the people that scream and shout about this shit.
Yes, PC.
That said, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is meant to be extraordinary this year. The campaign's meant to be unreal, which is obviously not part of this particular vote, but it sounds like the multiplayer. I mean, that like a good campaign gets more people playing Call of Duty and then checking out the multiplayer, which is meant to be pretty great as well. So.
And everyone thought that it was going to be bad because Xbox purchased it. So it's going to be interesting to see what
I think
Call
it's a two-horse race
be next year.
True.
Because it would be well and truly under Xbox control. So wait and see.
I think it's a two-horse race. I'll put some faith in Arrowhead and go Helldivers.
The Super Earth.
Best sports and racing game. It feels like it's the same nominees every year. F1 24, EA Sports 25, NBA 2K 25, Top Spin 2K 25 because Top Spin returned this year, and then WWE 2K 24. EA Sports FC.
I was just saying, I've got no idea because I've given up sports game 5 years ago, so I've not. Oh no, I played an EA Sports FC game last year because the World Cup was on. Played it for 20 minutes and said, "This is shit," so I uninstalled it.
Soccer
It's
ball.
like soccer ball, kick the ball. Yeah, you'd probably say because it's weird because I haven't really heard much about NBA 2K25. The only time I ever heard about it is just, it's 66% off on
Yeah,
Black
you hear
Friday
about
deal.
the savings,
That's
and that's
the
about it.
only, yeah, that's the only time I've ever heard about NBA 2K. So I'll go the FC.
Yeah, I'm going FC. All right, next up is best sim and strategy game. Best game focused on real-time or turn-based simulation or strategy gameplay, irrespective of platform. Age of Mythology Retold, Frostpunk 2, Kinitsugami Path of the Goddess, Mana Lords, and Unicorn Overlord. I don't know if... Okay, Unicorn Overlord maybe stretching a little bit to fit in that category, but whatever. Brilliant game, but I feel like, more of just an RPG and less of a... Oh, whatever.
Strategy.
But they then put turn-based simulation. Like, they get... Yeah. Genres suck. But anyway, what are you thinking?
No idea.
I got no idea as well.
I'll just say Unicorn Overload just because it's the funniest name there. That's what I go with.
Well, only because you keep calling it Overload instead of Overlord, but...
Overlord. Oh, yeah. No, I didn't read properly. Overlord. Unicorn Overlord, not Overload. That's probably a first-person shooter if anyone wants to ever do it.
Apparently Mana Lords has been, like, hugely popular on PC. So, I might go that way. It will also be nice that they're, like, probably the smallest team of the lot as well, so it'd be nice in that regard. Age of Mythology Retold's a remaster, so I'm not going to get too suckered in by that. Frostpunk 2 is meant to be pretty great. Kinitsugami is just picking up momentum gradually, but that's coming from a fair way back despite it being published by Capcom. Yeah, I feel like it's Mana Lords or Unicorn Overlord, but I'll go Mana Lords just from kind of the things that I'm hearing in terms of popularity. Next up, we have Best Family Game. Astrobot, Princess Peach Showtime. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Yeah, best game appropriate for the family play, irrespective of genre or platform. Astrobot, Princess Peach Showtime, Super Mario Party Jamboree, The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, and The Plucky Squire. Astrobot.
Oh. I mean, yeah, I love the Plucky Squire, but I haven't played Astrobot, but going by reviews and people playing it, you would probably say Astrobot.
Interesting that Zelda goes in there. I wouldn't call it a family game. Like, it's closer to one than ever before because it's more about puzzles than combat, but combat's still a thing, and that's not very family friendly.
Would you call Mario Party family friendly? Because that's what ruins friendships.
Yeah, ruins families.
Ruins families, friendships.
It's really just the Nintendo award. But ironically, Nintendo won't win this one.
Yeah,
so.
And they've got what 60%.
Yeah, they've got 60% of it, and they'll lose.
And they're not going to win.
And Plucky Squire, I wish would be there, but yeah, as soon as Plucky Squire would probably be my pick if it weren't for the fact that Astrobot's in there. So Astrobot by an absolute mile. Best fighting game for the best game designed primarily around head-to-head combat: Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, Grand Blue Fantasy vs Rising, Marvel vs Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics, Multiverses, and Tekken 8.
Surely not Multiverse. I know people talk about it, but
no, not. I don't know. It doesn't have a chance.
Play any of them.
I'm going to go Tekken 8.
I'm surprised they haven't seen Street Fighter 6. I know it came out last year or the year before, but it's always there.
I mean, if you're going to put Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics in there, then I feel like you could put Street Fighter 6 in there because it's just a collection of old games bundled up together anyway. It's cheating.
Did
it's a remaster.
Come out this year?
Hey?
Clearly. Did Tekken 8 come out this year?
Yeah, it was like January. It was the same time as Like a Dragon.
Early. Right. That makes sense.
Yeah, I'll go Tekken 8. I think that'll be the winner. But Dragon Ball could be coming hard. It's getting a lot of momentum, that one. Next up,
the big one. We're getting to the big guns now.
Best RPG for the best game designed with rich player character customization and progression, including massively multiplayer experiences. What is it? 3 of our 6 Game of the Year nominees are in this category alone. I think Metaphor was in the Game of the Year category. Dragon's Dogma 2, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and Metaphor Re Fantasio. Matto, what do you think? Because this probably, I think, in some areas maybe determines Game of the Year too, I reckon.
Yeah, I know. I would like to see any one of those games except Elden Ring win.
Yeah.
I don't care which one. I'm very anti-DLC on this because I like you said, I don't believe it should be in
It's
the
got its
game
own category,
category.
best ongoing, which we'll get to eventually, and it'll be a deserved
I
winner in that
swear,
one. But
I swear there was like last year an award saying best expansion. Somehow disappeared this year. Doesn't exist.
yeah,
Cyberpunk one, and then it just disappeared.
yeah, maybe they didn't have anything to work with. But like, I think I tweeted it out at one point. There was like a
Yeah.
whole bunch of different games that absolutely would have fit the category of like best ongoing or best expansion or whatever they wanted to call it. I'm trying to scroll to see if I can find it on the spot. I probably won't. Oh no, there it is. Like Diablo 4, Vessel of Hatred, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree, God of War, Ragnarok, Valhalla, Alan Wake 2, The Lake House, Final Fantasy 16, The Rising Tide, and Destiny 2, The Final Shape. There's 6 right there, let alone some of the other stuff that's come out as well. There's plenty that they could have worked with for that category. So anyway, we'll continue whinging and whining about that one going forward. So do you think Elden Ring wins this one? Because
Probably.
which do you, oh yeah, no, we'll save the rest for later. For me, I'm going to put it on Rebirth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which maybe shows my hand for later, but Rebirth. I feel like common sense will prevail when it comes to Elden Ring. Well, no, sorry, game of the yeah, it's not a brand new game, so it shouldn't be getting nominated. So I'm going to dig my heels in. Next category is best action adventure game. For the best action adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving, Astrobot, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, and The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. I'm stunned that Star Wars Outlaws is in this list, considering how it got hammered.
I'm surprised. Well, they didn't have any other action adventure games to put in there. I swear, I feel like there could have been more
Yeah,
action adventure games that could have gone in there other than Star Wars Outlaws. I'm sorry. Like, yes.
indie.
Oh, so that is the globe for.
Yes.
Indiana
yes.
Jones.
This is the globe for it. People can go check out my unboxing on the. Sorry, it's out of shot for everyone. People can go check out the unboxing on the Player 2 website. But yeah, that's the globe for it. Which when you put your little metal plane here, surprise.
Oh.
It's very and it smells great.
Wow.
It's very well made.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked that a collector's edition is actually well made, and the globe actually rotates too, which is also surprising. I am baffled.
I was pretty impressed.
Absolutely baffled.
But yeah, like indie could fit in that category for sure.
If it come out earlier.
Yeah, if it came out.
I say, what is the cutoff date for?
Oh yeah, it was a few weeks ago,
release?
so
Okay.
it is too late for indie, but because
Yeah,
and the judges wouldn't be able to get their votes in on time.
It was too late for indie, so it was the last movie, but hey, we got that.
I'll go with Astrobot. Astrobot.
Has to be Astrobot.
But like I could see Silent Hill 2 coming out of nowhere to pinch it because it's right up there this year. But no, I think Astrobot wins. Next one, best action game. For the best game in the action genre, focused primarily on combat, we've got Black Myth Wukong, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, and Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. It's Call of Duty, right?
You would think, but then again, Black Myth's there.
Did Helldivers get a Game of the Year nomination in the end? No, it didn't make it.
No, it didn't make it.
Oh yeah, Black Myth is the Game of the Year nominee in this list. So no, is it?
Stellar Blade? Yeah, Black Myth's in there.
I can't believe it. But anyway,
but hey,
I'm gonna go Call of Duty.
I'd love to see Helldivers 2 win it, but we know it's not going to happen. I'd just love to see.
Well, I mean, look, because you've moved with this particular category, you are moving away from some of those online dramas. You're now just focusing on the game itself. Maybe that gives Helldivers 2 a chance.
Possibly.
So actually, based on my arguments from before and that factor not being in there, then maybe I should. No, I'll go with Helldivers again. If I went with Helldivers before, then I have to go with Helldivers here. Then
there's nothing more action than trying to take on thousands of bugs.
Yeah.
To escape safely, or just throw your friends across the map with a giant cluster of bombs.
As long as it's not Black Myth, I'll be happy. Next up, best VR and AR game. For the best game playable in virtual or augmented reality, irrespective of platform, we've got Arizona Sunshine Remake, Asgard's Wrath 2, Batman Arkham Shadow, Metal Hellsinger VR, and Metro Awakening. This is a pretty high quality category. Metal Hellsinger was a pretty great game last year. Now it's got the VR treatment. People are loving that. Arizona Sunshine is one of the classics of VR, and that's a full blown remake. I think that fact that it's a remake kind of works against it. Metro Awakening was reviewed very well. Batman Arkham Shadow was reviewed very well. Asgard's Wrath 2 was getting 10 out of 10s all over the place when it launched early this year, if I remember the timing of it. For me, I think it'll be Asgard's Wrath 2. But I could see Batman getting close and maybe pinching it because it's Batman. And recency bias and all those sorts of things. It's fresh in people's minds.
Yeah.
And it's an Arkham game.
I don't play any video. It is an Arkham game.
Well, see, I can't play that either because it's kind of trapped on meta.
Oh, no.
The only one that and actually so is Asgard's Wrath 2, Arizona Sunshine I can play, Hellsinger I can play, Metro I can play, but the two, I think, probably front runners from all the talk, I can't play on my platform. So, well, I can now, I guess there's a way to plug in and run PSVR 2 off a PC, but I don't really want to do that. Not yet, anyway. So I'll go Asgard's Wrath 2, but Batman could pinch it because it's Batman. Best mobile game for the best game playable on a mobile device, which could be all of them because remote play. But anyway, AFK Journey, Balatro, Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket, Wuthering Waves, and Zenless Zone Zero.
You would think, being that it's in the Game of the Year category, that
Balatro
would win. If Pokemon Trading Card Game wins, then there's problems if that's the case. If a Game of the Year nominee can't win its own category, there's lots of heads to be scratched. Or mainly your own, not the other person's head.
Not to mention the fact that it's on everything else as well. Like, it's mobile, but it's also on consoles. It's also on PC. Like, it's got all that support. It should win. But I could see Pokemon coming out and pinching it because it's it's white hot at the moment. I completed my Pokedex this week.
Finally.
Yeah. So
you got your 2.
Just in time for a new wave to come out fairly soon, I think. But anyway. Balatro, it should win. Next up is Best Debut Indie Game. For the best game debut game created by a new independent studio. Animal Well, Balatro, Manor Lords, Pacific Drive, and The Plucky Squire.
Oh, I'd love the Plucky Squire to win, but you would probably think Balatro again.
You'd think so?
Or Pacific Drive, because why the hell not?
Well, I was thinking that Animal Well might be the one to pop up and pinch it. The reviews for that were crazy high. And then we spoke about Manor Lords being really in vogue. Plucky Squire, I feel like, and Pacific Drive are probably the rank outsiders, I feel like, in this one. But Balatro, again, being the Game of the Year nominee of the lot, should win again. Next up, Best Independent Game. For outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system. I think that the nominees here probably show our hand then for the last category. So only 2 of those 3 that I thought might have been a chance made it. So we can put a pin in Manor Lords.
Yeah, that's right.
But Animal Well, Balatro, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Never, and UFO 50. Probably Balatro again, right?
It'd be Balatro. Again.
Next up is Best Community Support, recognising a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates and patches. Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, No Man's Sky. Baldur's Gate 3?
You would think so.
They just launched a monster patch.
Last year's Game of the Year. It's still doing updates. It still has a massive amount of numbers still playing. As much as I love Helldivers 2, you can't compete with Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah. Hell, it's probably a struggle to compete with Final Fantasy 14. It's a struggle to compete with Fortnite. No Man's Sky keeps doing its thing. Like, this is a very high quality category here, but I don't.
Gate 3 is just another level above those.
Yeah.
5 games.
So that's that one. Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 for both of us. Come on, load. There we go. Next up, there's our category, best ongoing game. But they didn't put Elden Ring in it. Awarded to a game for best outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. Destiny 2, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2.
The key word there, ongoing content. Geoff, Jeff, did you hear that? Ongoing content.
It's the judges,
for
though.
Elden
They're
Ring.
the fuckwits here. They're the morons.
You absolute fools. Let's just say Destiny 2, because it'll be the last time that there would be in this category.
Presumably, yeah. For me,
Or Helldivers 2, just for
yeah, I'm going Helldivers 2. I'm going Helldivers 2 again. But I could
We're not
honestly,
biased at
I don't see Diablo doing it, even though Vessel of Hate's been received really well. I could see Final Fantasy 14 just doing what Final Fantasy 14 does.
And only children play Fortnite.
Yeah. Games for impact for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. Close to the Distance, Indica, Never, Life is Strange Double Exposure, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and Tales of Kenzera Zao. I would love to see Tales of Kenzera win, but that's because myself and Abu have met a few times now, fairly recently in person. Check him out on Dev Diary this Thursday. But I don't think it'll win because there's too many dickheads out there who just throw the DEI thing and Sweet Baby Inc. and all that sort of rubbish at it. I don't know anything about Close of the Distance. I don't know anything about Indica. I don't like Life is Strange as a general rule. Maybe Senua's Saga. Because the Xbox will get behind it.
Yeah. Even though, that's just going to be all more outrage. But hey, it's not an ongoing content.
Well, yeah. This is like any controversy around any other nomination or award winner is nothing compared to what's coming.
Oh yes. Oh, here we go.
Next up is innovation in accessibility. Recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience.
Why is Star Wars there?
Their accessibility features are good. No, their accessibility stuff's really good. Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Diablo 4, Dragon Age The Veilguard in its first and I think only nomination, if I recall. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, and Star Wars Outlaws. I actually think Dragon Age might win it though, from everything I'm kind of hearing in terms of the accessibility side, in terms of the way they try and be inclusive with everything they do, and again, the judges commanding the majority of the vote, mostly fairly left-leaning individuals, and so that might really help it. Dragon Age for me. Any thoughts?
No, because it's hard to say. Because I don't usually. It's one of those things I should look into more to see how the whole accessibility thing works. But at the same time, you do look at it. It's very, I would say, overwhelming because there's a lot of different accessibility features from color blindness to
actual physical disabilities that then require input changes.
Audio thing. So if you hover over something, it speaks it to you and all that. But yeah, it's one of those things I don't really look into, which I should, because I should see how it all works and understand why they do it, sort of thing.
Yeah, or who it's for. Yeah,
who it's for.
There's some good stuff going on. And hell, there's some stuff that's just like good for just shit gamers like us. Like
maybe we should look into it if that's the case.
Like Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Now, I didn't have any difficulty problems with it, but like you could, and it was a big thing that they kind of promoted beforehand. But like you could slow the game right down because they were worried like about the ability to kind of connect the dots and link to lots of different locations and stuff. The speed of it was a bit much for people if they were physically having dexterity issues with the controller, and so you could slow the game down. And I was just like, if I was a kid, maybe, and not necessarily just a shit gamer or someone with a disability, but or whatever it happened to be. Like if I was just a kid and I'm still learning the ropes, it's a great outlet. If I'm no good at games, maybe I can slow things down a little bit. If I've got the disability that impacts my dexterity with the controller, that addresses there's some good stuff going on. And all these various games have lots of cool different things. But I think Dragon Age maybe, but I don't know. Next up is the best performance, awarded to an individual for voice-over acting, motion, and or performance capture. We've got Brianna White as Aerith from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hannah Tell, Life is Strange Double Exposure, Humberly Gonzalez from Star Wars Outlaws, Luke Roberts from Silent Hill 2, and Melina Juergens from Senua's Saga Hellblade 2.
They're not Ben Starr, so I don't know who any of them are.
Well,
Cool
Melina
guys.
Juergens, obviously, we know
I
from
know.
Hellblade before.
Hellblade. I was about to see the Star Wars Outlaws characters Harambe, and I thought that's incorrect.
uh, I mean, Melina Juergens will be considered a front runner because she's won this before.
I mean, the voice acting in that is good. It's just unfortunately,
and the motion
everything else
capture's
about-
good. And
The motion capture's good, but it's just unfortunately the story of Hellblade and the lack of action in the games sort of where it really hurts.
Yeah.
Hellblade 2.
I'm going to go with Brianna White.
Actually, great.
I think Brianna White's going to win because Final Fantasy VII and Aerith is adored by everyone. So
Oh, so who's Aerith?
what?
Which character's Aerith? Is that the one?
The
is that
flower
the
girl.
Flower lady.
Yeah.
The flower girl.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought, hey, do I remember Aerith? It's like it sounds familiar. I do. It's the flower girl.
Yeah. Rebirth will be a time for you when you get there. All right, next up, best audio design. Recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design, we've got Astrobot, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and Silent Hill 2. I'm going to go Senua's Saga here. It's the one thing.
The audio is very good. It's the one thing they really leaned on.
Yeah.
In Hellblade 2 was the audio. I mean, Silent Hill 2, yeah, you could say because it is a horror game and you actually need really good sound for a horror game.
And the audio, like the sound design is amazing with it.
And I'm surprised a shooter is in there, They figured out the old pew bullets come from one side. And, I don't know, Astrobot's there just cause?
Because the music's good. Final Fantasy VII, because
okay.
the music's good and the voice acting is good. But yeah, it's I think those two, like Astrobot and Final Fantasy VII, probably even Call of Duty, are probably making up the numbers here. I feel like it's either Senua's Saga or Silent Hill 2, but I'll go Senua's Saga. Next up,
Here we go. So it's the other
best score and music. Here's the other half. So now the other two come into the race a little bit more. Outstanding music, inclusive score, original song, and/or licensed soundtrack. We've got Astrobot, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Metaphor ReFantazio, Silent Hill 2, and Stellar Blade. All these are great.
I played none of them, so I cannot help you here.
Yeah, I've only played. I've played 3 out of the 5 in full.
The dumb thing I've
Silent
only
Hill 2 I'm still working on.
Yeah, so the dumb thing I've only heard about Stellar Blade is, as dumb as it is and how dumb the internet is jiggleness. That's all I've heard about Stellar Blade. It's just the utter stupidity.
I'll clarify. It is actually a pretty, not great, but good game.
But the jiggle physics.
But like everyone just makes a fuss about her tits and her ass, and like it's just anyway.
You're looking at the wrong place, people.
Yeah. Any wonder people keep dying in that game? It's because they're not looking what they should be looking at. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will be my pick because it's able to leverage all the nostalgia from the old game and then and look, the music's extraordinary.
So is Barrett still going?
Every now and then.
Still does it. That's all I've picked up in the reback. Is like he just loves that sound.
Loves it.
And I don't blame him.
All right. Next up, we must be getting close to the bit. Yeah, I think art direction stuff. We must be getting pretty close now. For outstanding creative and/or technical achievement in artistic design and animation, we've got Astrobot, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree, Metaphor ReFantazio, and Never.
I'm gonna say Astrobot.
I've only played 2 of these.
I played 0. Oh, I've played Elden Ring, just not the Shadow of the Erd Tree. It probably just looks exactly the same as the game that came out in 2022.
Black Myth's obviously just meant to be like a powerhouse technically. Metaphor's really like got its own. I'll go Metaphor just because of its art style, like its specific art style. Astrobot's like a technical marvel as well, but I don't think that's going to get the job done. Never's, I think, a mile off. Elden Ring, who knows, honestly. But I'll go with Metaphor. Got a pick there.
Oh right. What was it? I've just jumped the gun here. Yeah, I'll just go Metaphor because it's the most colourful. Oh, actually, if that was the case, then just go Never. No, I'm going with Metaphor.
All right, best narrative for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Metaphor ReFantazio, Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, and Silent Hill 2.
Well, if people are going to complain, say why is Hellblade there? The story is good, like we said. Gameplay terrible. That's what kills it. But I don't know about Like a Dragon because it's just the same.
Yeah, I wasn't
It's the
expecting that to
same
pop up.
Yakuza game. It's the same Yakuza game every time, but no one cares. But that's okay. It's just more the entertainment and fun within a Yakuza game. I don't know. It's like I haven't played Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but I heard that's good. I've also heard Silent Hill 2 is also good. Metaphor. I don't
Two
know.
remakes on the list.
Two remakes. Yeah, I know. I've said those two.
Well, remakes of sorts, I guess, in the case of Final Fantasy.
What would you call Final Fantasy a massive expansion?
No.
Extra memory.
Oh, yeah, I don't even. Yeah, actually, I don't even know what you'd
We've
call
got the memory. We've got the memory this
reimagining.
time. Reimagining. Okay. I'll take it.
I think this is out of Metaphor or Final Fantasy VII Rebirth because Metaphor apparently it's just bringing people to tears at different points, which I wasn't expecting. But again, I think the nostalgia also carries a lot of weight for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. The big moment from the main game plays out in this one, and so that's going to get people. Best game direction, which I think is our precursor to Game of the Year here. Awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game design and direction. We've got Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor ReFantazio.
So are they all the same Game of the Year nominees?
I think no, Astrobot didn't make it in the end, did it? Did it?
Let me
I can't remember now.
check. Oh, it is exactly the
It's
same.
the exact same 6. All right, so this is probably Game of the Year then. Well, actually, no. I could see game direction like if Elden Ring goes on to win Game of the Year, and that's obviously going to be controversial. But I wouldn't see it winning game direction because they're talking about doing something new, trying something, getting a little bit out there. And I don't think Elden Ring does that. It's just more of the game that you already liked or didn't. Like Balatro's in with a sneaky chance here, I think.
Yeah.
For what it does.
And all of them, it's the only card game there. It's a different direction compared to everyone else.
If we're talking about
third person
direction and doing something kind of new and different, then I feel like your front runners should be Balatro and Metaphor. Oh fuck it, I'll go Balatro. Like in terms of fitting the bill, Balatro I think fits the brief of this one the best. But then I wouldn't be surprised if Rebirth, Elden Ring, I wouldn't be surprised if Rebirth or Astrobot go on to win it.
That's fair.
Fair. Next up is Game of the Year. The exact same nominees: Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor ReFantazio. So here's the big one. Do you think Elden Ring wins? Before you talk about what you think should win.
Probably. But at the same time, I don't want it to win because, like we said, it is a expansion of a 2022 game. It's nothing new. If they said, "Hey, this is a new game," sure, you can put it in the Game of the Year category. But it's not.
Yeah.
If you're having to buy the other game first to play this game, it shouldn't be in that category. If that was the case, Cyberpunk should have been in there last year. If that was the case, it wouldn't have won. I understand that because Baldur's Gate 3 was there.
Yeah.
But it just annoys me. When I first saw the nominations, I saw Shadow of the Erdtree. I was like, "Hey, what? Hang on, is that a DLC?" And then I saw Balatro. I was like, "Okay, what's going on here?" I was like, I know it's not been a strong year for, well, I'll say, not high quality games, like critically acclaimed games, I should say. And I can understand that, but if you don't have 6 games to put in there, don't put 6. Just put 5.
Or stick to your 6, but just don't go and wedge Elden Ring in. And Black Myth Wukong doesn't deserve to be anywhere near this. There's so many games that outperformed it critically over the course of the year.
To get his ratings out.
I'm quickly checking Metacritic now that hell, Indiana Jones has a better Metacritic than it. I know it doesn't qualify, but
Really? I think here, I know we're going off topic here, but some people love it. Some people are just, I don't know if they're just anti-Xbox or whatever, and just go, "No, it's a shit game because Xbox."
So here's your best reviewed games of the year, and we can kind of work out what doesn't fit. So Astrobot, is sitting on top. I don't know. Actually, I think it's alphabetical. Astrobot on 94, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree on 94, Metaphor ReFantazio on 94, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is on 92, Slay the Princess, the pristine cut, I've never heard of before, but that's on 92. That UFO 50 that we mentioned before, that I was like, what's that? 91.
Okay. So
Animal Well, 91. So there's
91. There's two you can put in there.
There's 2 games already that have featured in other categories that have got a better reception than Black Myth Wukong. Satisfactory came out as a 91. Balatro 90. So I think we've addressed every single one of the nominees now except for Black Myth.
Final Fantasy. Haven't you said?
No, Final Fantasy was on 92. So no, it's the fourth or I guess second highest of the year. Last of Us Remastered shouldn't be in there. Tekken 8 has a higher Metacritic score. Destiny 2, The Final Shape, has a higher Metacritic score. I'm not even sure what a Tsukimi, a piece of blue glass moon was, but it's sitting on an 89. Yakuza Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth is on 89. Lorelei
Really?
and the Laser Eyes is on 89. Sorry, I'm now skipping a few things. Australia's own Kill Knight is on 88. Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door is on 88. I've had to now scroll to the second page because I still haven't found Black Myth Wukong. Which one?
Paper Mario.
Yeah, it was.
That game doesn't matter, bud.
Sorry, now I am kind of skimming. Persona 3 Reload is 87, but that's a remake as well. Indiana Jones does have a higher score than it's sitting on 87. Never 86. Unicorn Overlord is on 86. Silent Hill 2 is on 86. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown is 86.
Prince of Persia got higher.
Yep. Prince of Persia is amazing.
Yeah.
Dragon's Dogma 2 is on 86.
Oh.
I've had to now scroll to Zelda Echoes of Wisdom is on 85, which is still higher. Frostpunk 2 is on 85. I still haven't found Black Myth yet.
I'll just Google Black Myth and see what it's meant to be.
Alan Wake's Night Springs expansion has a higher.
What higher?
Now I really have to. Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D remake, Batman Arkham Shadow, Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred.
What are you looking at? Metacritic or?
I'm looking at Metacritic.
Keep going, keep going. It's
in the 70s, right? Isn't it?
It's the PC version, 81, PS5 version, 76. So why the hell is it on the Game of the Year categories?
Yeah,
Star Wars Outlaws. I hate to say, Star Wars Outlaws has a higher rating, I reckon.
Nine Souls is another game that's actually somehow criminally overlooked across the board. But anyway, V Rising is higher. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is higher. Helldivers 2 is higher. Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 is higher. I'm waiting because I'm almost there. Super Mario Party Jamboree has a higher Metacritic score than Black Myth Wukong. Dragon Age: The Veilguard is higher.
Oh, yeah. What? Yeah, okay.
I'm now up to the 81s. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is sitting higher.
We could be here for days.
Deadlink, which is that new, I think, isn't that FPS that Valve was developing that they just kind of stealth launched? And you can only play the game by sharing the code.
Yes, the Battle Royale sort of game.
Yeah.
Is that the one? Yes.
Stellar Blade is on 81. There it is. Number 127 on the list is Black Myth Wukong. But it's in the top 6 games of the year. Yeah.
Oh, 127.
And Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 is on 81 as well. My boy, SteamWorld Heist, sitting on an 81. No, sitting on an 80.
So, what did Move It Out 2 get? I know that was a last year game.
Yeah, I'm not going to find that on this list.
I reckon Move It Out 2 would have got a higher rate. I'm not shitting on Move It Out 2. It is a fantastic game.
So I'm stunned that game is on the list. But anyway.
Absolutely baffled.
So, game of the year for me is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And I think it wins. I think there's enough of a negative sentiment towards Elden Ring featuring there. And I think, when it comes to the journalist side, and a number of people going, it's a DLC, it doesn't qualify. Enough for it to get nominated, but maybe not enough for it to actually go on to win. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth for me.
Yes, and also if these game reviewers, who are the ones who reviewed Black Myth Wukong, are looking at and going, just get to the side, we'll just shoot.
But how did that get in?
That's the other thing too. They'll just look and go, there's 126 other games, or actually 123 other games that could have got into that category.
It's
Black Myth.
It's not even the best Souls-like on that list.
That's the even funnier thing. It's like the worst Souls game out of all of it. I mean, Lies, what did Lies? It was higher than Lies.
Liza P would have done much better as well. All right. So Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth for me. What do you think is going to win, Matto? Elden Ring.
I'd love to say Helldivers 2, but unfortunately,
We
Black
can't.
Myth Wukong kicked it out.
What a joke.
Balatro, because why not? It's already a joke as it is, so why not make it even more of a joke?
Fair enough. All right, let's flick it back over to our normal layout because now it is time for us to make a bunch of predictions. We've got 5 each about PlayStation, about Xbox, about Nintendo, and then we've got 2 others that are about kind of anyone and everyone else. Because I think it's a reasonable assumption that PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo will be there in some sort of capacity. Nintendo's maybe the riskiest one of the lot here because they've got a console thing that, according to some rumors that popped up in the last 24 hours or so, suggests that they're... My prediction from last week with Jamie might be pretty much on the money. January announcement and a May release, supposedly. But anyway, that's irrelevant right now. We've got a bunch of predictions. We'll start with PlayStation, then we'll go Xbox, Nintendo, and then we'll deal with our 2 other miscellaneous ones. Matto, what do you expect PlayStation to potentially show off at this event?
I know, I think, let's be honest, Geoff is that far up PlayStation's ass with all these silly tweets through the year. All I'm going to say is that they're just going to come on and talk about the 30 years of PlayStation and talk about their PS5 Pro and all their big 3. Get old mate Mark
Cerny.
there. Mark Cerny, get him on there and just talk about, because you know why? Everyone will listen.
It's true.
Because I don't know what games. I'll scratch my head trying to figure out, like, what would they have to show? Because
I mean, there's a certain most anticipated game of the year nominee that they could show off.
Oh, is there? I wasn't paying attention to it.
Ghost of Yotei.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Or Death Stranding 2.
Or Death Stranding 2. Yeah,
and Kojima and Geoff.
Oh yeah, Kojima is presenting.
Is he?
He is.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that. Actually,
Aaron Paul for some reason.
We should stress this for everyone now. We are recording this on Saturday, so in terms of rumors, there's only like one game that has kind of bubbled up about the Game Awards. Geoff has kept everything pretty much under lock and key so far. There's only one game that kind of was leaked a while. Have you seen the Hazelight thing, the Joseph Fares thing that's popped up?
No.
If you don't want to get spoiled by the Game Awards, I've just kind of outlined, I guess, Joseph Fares is gonna show something, so sorry. But skip for the next 20 seconds or so, and I'll kind of spill the beans on that one. Maybe I'll wave my hands around if you're watching the video version to know that it's safe. But
just
yeah,
like Team America.
Refresh me.
If in danger.
I'm just trying to find the name of the game now because it was in a chat.
It's me.
Where has it gone?
It's me.
Oh yes, yeah, of course. Oh shit, that's a good reference. I better actually talk about this. So yeah, there's a brand new game that's coming out like March 6th, and they're going to be kind of showing it off properly. I'm still trying to find the name, and that's gone to shit for me. It's called Split Fictions.
Split Fictions.
There we go. That one. Shit. Anyway, that's the game. Anyway, and I believe that'll probably get shown, but that's about the only thing we know of. Other than that, Jordan Midler from VGC says this one's going to be a big one, which is exciting.
Big one.
And the fact that it's been silent so far, nothing's getting out, probably enhances that a little bit further. So that's kind of cool. But going back to the PlayStation one, yeah, you said the 30th anniversary stuff. But yeah, we do have Death Stranding or Ghost of Yotei as some options as well.
Everyone's just going bananas for the new OP. It's like, oh my god, it's like, just go buy PS1. You can do it all the time. Just
massive shout out to Drew Agnew, who sent me a 30th anniversary controller.
It's also the funny thing too, I can't hear the opening part on my screen because the headphones don't connect until you log into your account.
I don't hear it because I'll press the PlayStation button first, which gets the PlayStation going. Then it turns my TV on as a result. So by the time the TV is actually turned on and caught up, it's already gone. So I'm going to have to kind of flip the script so I can enjoy that intro for a bit longer. Lead with the TV, then the console. For me, I'm going to take a punt and say that Marvel's Wolverine returns. because it's been a while.
Oh yeah.
And again, Insomniac, we said this a while back now, and we're proven wrong then. But they probably need to kind of course correct the messaging a little bit. It's still going to be a fair way off, but they've already announced it. So what's the harm in showing off some more? I suppose. So I'll go with Wolverine. But Ghost and
show off the second set of blade.
Yeah.
Ghost, yes.
Ghost.
Oh, if you can even get the voice actor to come up and just talk about it.
Yeah, that could be cool. That could be something they do.
I mean, I can't remember her name. She was at PAX last year.
Oh,
I feel terrible.
Erika
She's
Ishii?
also an Apex character. Yes, that's fair, right?
Yeah, she could. Yeah, she could pop up. I even thought there was a loose, and I think they probably won't do it because people are sick of the franchise at the moment. It's also just had a pretty dodgy Lego adaptation, but the Horizon multiplayer game might be a chance.
No, Sony won't do
but
that.
I think they need to give it a break.
Only if there's a really big announcement to come along to just, bury it.
It'll launch the same day as GTA 6. Don't worry about it.
Of course.
But no, I think that one probably needs to wait until after Monster Hunter's out, especially if it is that Monster Hunter style game. They probably don't want to do anything with that until afterwards. All right, Xbox then. What's Xbox going to get up to?
Well, I was trying to think. I was like, what could they show? I was going to say Indiana Jones, and then I didn't realize, because of their poor marketing and advertising
that it's out.
Didn't realize that it's already out. So I was like, good on you, Xbox, you morons. And then I got confused, like, when it was released. Some were saying December 6th. I thought, okay. But then I realized
that's the early access.
Early access, yes. Which I figured that out. No, it was of yesterday. If this is going live on a Tuesday.
It is. Yes. It will be.
So I was just trying to think, what other first-party games would they show? Would they show Perfect Dark? No, I think they'll keep that for their developer showcase.
Developer _ direct.
Early in the next year. So I thought, we saw a preview for it earlier this year for their Xbox showcase. I reckon they'll show more, and also this is probably a game that will go on multiple platforms as well as PS5.
Yep.
Doom the Dark Ages.
Okay, that was my one. So I'll come up with an alternative.
We haven't seen much since it got shown at the showcase. So I'm thinking, well, probably time now to show a bit more.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Point and laugh a bit Gordon if he's in the crowd. Don't do that. Don't be a dick. But hey, it is what it is.
They fucked him.
Interesting. I would love to see him sit in the crowd, listen to the music, and go, "That's shit," and everyone at home will be saying the exact same thing.
Well, Geoff has already spotted him in the crowd, and so as soon as they start playing it, the camera just, fuck it, you don't need to see Doom the Dark Ages for a sec. Let's just pan the camera over here and look at Mick Gordon.
And just look at these reactions, just see him,
and he's
like that Embracer Group comment, and just pan into a guy that's not even part of Embracer Group, as we found out. It's just some guy just looking in shock.
He can, good value, that one. Mick can sit there and do the Homer Simpson, where he's like sinking and he's just flipping everyone off on his way down.
And just get stuck.
So
sure, let's do that.
So that Doom was kind of, I guess, the easy one, I thought. I'm wondering if maybe Fable shows up. That's meant to rock up in 2025.
Oh, yes.
Or if we get a release date for... oh, damn.
What?
Hey?
No. As I say, I'm just yelling at Xbox games here. Or
South of Midnight. Yeah, South of Midnight's the one I thought might be a chance for a release date. But the I don't know if it's less likely than Doom the Dark Ages, but I think more likely than Fable is, and it's a weird one because it's an Xbox game, but it's going to be going elsewhere. The Forza Horizon 5 rumor has resurfaced again, saying that they kind of delayed that one, like that launch for PlayStation. I wonder if, because this is such a neutral event, that this is maybe the way that Xbox can go, yeah, okay, that's coming to PlayStation. And they don't need to drop that news at the end of a developer _ direct or some other Xbox showcase down the line. This is your way to just kind of put it out there, say what needs to be said. They don't really address it. They don't need to speak to it. It's just a trailer that pops up at one point on Jeff's show, and then it's coming to PlayStation on whatever date. So I'm wondering if that's a distinct possibility as well.
I reckon it could be a high possibility.
Yeah. It's an easy, like, it's just one of those ones that they just slip in there. It's not going to get the big spotlight like Doom or Fable or Perfect Dark or Gears or even South of Midnight. But it's just, I think that's a distinct possibility. All right, well, Nintendo then. What are you thinking?
Well, I sort of same thing. I thought really, really hard about this. I'm thinking games, what will they do, this, that, whatever, and I come to the conclusion they will show nothing because, like you said, they got obviously. I reckon they're going to announce it in January, and I obviously think that the Game Awards need Nintendo more than Nintendo needs the Game Awards,
Yes.
and they'll get. They've got the fan base. We know there's about what 100+ million Switches that people own
Yeah.
or being purchased, I should say. So I'm just going to say because I don't think they would announce any new games because I feel like they would do it after the release of the new console, unless they got DLC or more Mario Kart content or Nintendo GameCube Online. I don't think it'll be anything. I'd say massive,
Yeah, I could see
but
some sort of classics
yeah.
thing pop up.
Or a Nintendo World in Los Angeles. I don't know. Just
I'm still going to go with the little prediction I made when we were talking about Nintendo last week that Metroid might show up here because they've already been out there. They've already shown it. They've also shown gameplay for it that they could just show off more, and it's safe enough to do so. They haven't confirmed that it's a Switch 2 or Switch successor game yet. We think it will be, but at the moment they can go, well, it's a Switch game, so we'll show it off. And then they get to double dip, a couple of weeks later when they go, and surprise to nobody at all that it's now coming to Switch 2 as well. So I'll go with Metroid Prime 2, but sorry 4, but I could see some classic stuff for Nintendo Switch Online. I could see Donkey Kong Country Returns because that's coming to Switch in January. I could see Xenoblade Chronicles X popping up. And these are all just kind of short, sharp trailers because a bit like the Forza thing that I was suggesting before, like they don't need to give it a lot of spotlight. But yeah, there's also some sort of rumor kicking around that Kirby Planet Robobot from the 3DS might be coming to the Switch as well. I don't know what to make of that, but
I was to say there's also they did announce that Professor Layton game as well, but I don't.
oh
Think
yeah, the Layton game's somewhere along the way. Yeah,
Yeah, I just remembered that. Yeah, I don't think that'd be at the Game Awards. I don't think it's
nope,
the right place.
wouldn't have thought so.
for
Yeah,
that.
it's probably just a dedicated Nintendo Direct, but Jeff likes an eclectic bunch of games to speak to everyone, so maybe. And that then takes us to our kind of miscellaneous bit here, where we've got two different kind of ideas each. We'll go one and one, like we'll take turns a little bit here. So, Matto, what's your first?
Well, my first one because he's presenting at the Game Awards is Aaron Paul. If no one knows who Aaron Paul is, he's the Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad.
I didn't realize he was
And the
presenting.
really-
Okay.
I think I only saw this today. I saw
Snoop Dogg is performing. I know that. That's about all I know in terms of guests so far.
the Snoop Dogg even know he's there. He's just hey Snoop, just come here. Okay. It's not the equestrian Snoop. It's not the Game Awards. He actually does stream. So
He does from time to
he's
time.
got so yeah. So Aaron Paul's there. So my
Oh yeah, and
guess
I
is
just
he's
saw your thing too about Kojima presenting.
yes, and so I reckon Aaron Paul's there. I reckon he is the next villain in the next Far Cry game.
That could be pretty cool.
Because
Oh yeah, there's the Aaron Paul thing, right? Oh yeah, they're getting yes. I guess I've missed Jeff's feed for the last 24 hours. Oh, Sam Lake is back.
Yeah, he is
Good.
back for another dance.
Please. He
He's
did it.
really
He
gonna-
did a bit with Gamescom opening night live where he danced
Yeah,
onto the
he did.
stage.
He did, but that's because I played the song. So
Do it.
that's my first one. I reckon it's been a while since we've seen a Far Cry game, and I don't think Ubisoft, apart from Assassin's Creed earlier in the year, I don't think they've got much on. Unless how about some Splinter Cell, Ubisoft?
Oh,
Stop making your silly stealth games and whatever. Just like you did with Star Wars Outlaws. You got a stealth game you can make. It's called Splinter Cell. Like you said, I know you said it too. It's just like stop fucking around and give us a Splinter
Just
Cell game. And you
stop.
know what? I agree. Just give what the people want.
shit! I'll get off the pot time. It's getting ridiculous. All right. Well, actually, that's a good one. Like the Far Cry thing. Like Far Cry, we're due now.
I would laugh if that was true. I'll just be like, yep, I'm making no more predictions for the rest of my life.
Well, it's got him there as a presenter, but there's no reason why he can't present an award and then go, oh, also, check out this,
But
and then
just
boom, there
I
he
sort
is.
of feel like too, like he needs to have a reason why he's there. You just can't. Oh, hey, here's Aaron Paul for
Yeah,
no reason. Like Matthew McConaughey last year. Why is he here? We found out why.
had
So
a
I
pretty
feel
cool
like there's
game to
got to be
show off. Yeah.
something tied. Yeah.
All right. Well, my first one is Borderlands related. We'll get the release date.
Oh yeah.
Randy's been getting a little bit crazy on Twitter in the last few days. Revealing that there's trailers and stuff on the way. But yeah, I feel like we might be due for a release date. So, and I think again because if I kind of think about the Take-Two sort of landscape for the year, GTA is obviously the big one for the second half of the year, and I don't think they'll want any of their games outside of NBA 2K, which is kind of its own beast anyway. And even then they might try and get it out in a slightly different window to normal because that's danger still because I think there's a lot of crossover between NBA 2K players and GTA players. I think Borderlands has to come out the first half of the year. If that's the case, then I think we get a release date. Apparently there might be some gameplay in this trailer, but I reckon the key thing is that we're going to get a release date. So for sometime in the first half of the year, I'll go with May.
Okay.
Just to put that little bit of extra.
Yeah, just get away from GTA 6.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Is just get that thing out, get your dollars and cents. Maybe it's even before the end of March for quarterly or fiscal year earnings and those sorts of things. But yeah, Borderlands release date is kind of the one that I'm expecting there. Back over to you. What else you got?
Well, I've got a couple more, but I'll go with this one because we haven't seen it for a while. I just want to know what the hell's going on with Judas.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I would just, maybe just see some more gameplay. Give us a date or something like that. You give us a year. You don't have to give us a release date of when. Just a year. I don't care. I just want to. I was excited for the trailer many, many years ago, and I want more. Please.
Yeah, I can get around that. Yeah, I'd really want to see more of that one. I mean, we had who went and played it? Geoff Keighley. We had the Friends Per Second podcast team, and oh damn it, I'm going blank on his name from IGN. Ryan McCaffrey.
Oh yes.
They're the only people in the world outside of Ken Levine and his team to have played the game or seen the game in action. So
That's a lot of trust.
Yeah, and it's stayed under lock and key outside of what they were allowed to say for the preview. So I think we're due though. So we'll see what comes of it. Oh, geez, that'd be a good one. I'd be real keen on that. My other prediction though is, and actually, I feel less confident in this now that I know that Kojima's going to be there. But keeping the release date kind of theme going, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, the remake.
Oh, yeah.
Now that Silent Hill is out, I feel like Konami can really start to turn its sights to kind of ramping up the marketing program for that one, and a release date in that first half of next year as well. I feel like that's kind of an easy layup for the most part. So for me, that could be a big one. Maybe a show ending sort of one.
Yeah, it could work. Could be nothing worse than Rise of the Ronin, which I can't remember. Where did they show that off? Summer Games Fest? Yeah, that was the
Yeah,
one.
I can't remember.
Big, here's this big exciting game, Rise of the Ronin. Everyone's just like, oh, that game.
Yeah.
So what rating did that get? Did that get higher than Black Myth Wukong?
Everything got higher than Black Myth Wukong.
Everything. Everything got a better rating.
Lord of Ring Golem did better.
Oh, jeez. You know things are bad when you get...
Compared to...
Wow. That's low.
Oh, the Mozzies are starting to come out.
Oh, dear.
All right. You mentioned that you had a couple others, though, that you had available to you.
Well, just backups. Yes, so Mass Effect, whatever that's going to be, and the game by ex-Mass Effect employees. So Exodus, get old McConaughey back on there. Show us more.
What happens when you spray a mosquito with Aerogard? Do they try and kill themselves?
Out. Or do they not know they exist? I don't know how it works. Can his mosquito friends actually see him, or is he invisible?
Does it lose its shit itself? I don't know. I just got one though. Yeah, Exodus would be cool. That'd be a good one to see again. And there's ex BioWare studios that are kind of collapsing a little bit at the moment. So it'd be, I think, maybe a bit of a confidence booster for everyone to see that kind of succeeding and emerging. But we'll see. Yeah, I didn't really have any others. That's basically everything. Like, I've kind of spoken about my backups and stuff through those other categories early on. I didn't have any kind of other sort of things. But let's just toss it out in there because we feel like we need to. Hollow Knight Silk Song. Surely, it's time. Surely, it's got to happen.
Give the people what they want.
Holy shit.
Give them Silk Song.
We played it in 2019. I've played the game. Fuck.
Me want more.
It's been like 5 years.
Me want Silk Song now. Gosh darn it.
Anyway.
Imagine if that was the closing.
Holy shit.
The Game Awards. People would go mad. People will have faith restored in the Games Awards after last year's absolute shit show of wrap it up.
I mean, if Keighley finished with that's a big one.
Might as well retire the Game Awards. You're not going to top it.
Yeah. I wonder if that's what Jordan Middler's referring to.
It will make up if Black Myth, Wukong, or Elden Ring wins Game of the Year. That's what they need to just, take people's minds off what one Game of the Year.
Hey, you didn't like that, but here's the 2026 Game of the Year, Hollow Knight Silk Song. Boom. Sorry, 2025 Game of the Year, Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Sure. Just go back to back. Go at how silly the Game Awards is at the moment. Hey, got a patch update. Brilliant. We'll put it as 2026 as well.
Here's a release date. We hope you're really excited. April 1st, 2026.
Joke's on you.
Shit. All right. Any other thoughts at all? Because we've gone well over an hour at this point.
Yeah, no. Just, like I said, if Black Myth or Elden Ring wins,
storm the capital, everyone. No.
Hell has frozen over.
Yeah. Not looking forward to the prospect, especially of Elden Ring.
There are 123 other games that rated better. Just remember that. 123.
Many of them were nominated for other categories, but not Game of the Year. So, get fucked, judges. You don't know what you're talking about. All right. Well, on that very rosy note there, we'll wrap things up. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. All the buttons down below. If you do so, you'll get access to a whole bunch of other video content on the channel. We've got unboxings like the Indiana Jones thing that we were referring to before. Go check it out. One of the coolest collector's editions I've ever seen. Let's just crack that open for a second.
I was going to say, Bethesda's really learned their lesson from Fallout 76 canvas bag debacle to an opening globe with a magnetic plane.
Oh no, I'll fix that later.
I take that back. It doesn't shut anymore. Piece of shit. Oh no, he's broken it.
Oh no, I'm just not lining up my countries properly. There we go. So there's unboxings, there's more episodes of Patched, we've got Let's Plays and a whole bunch more. Go check all of it out on the YouTube channel. Visit the website, player2.net.au for reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, links to the podcast series Patched, the Player 2 Pixelcast and Dev Diary. As I mentioned before, Abu Bakar Salim was on the show only a few months back. He returned to the show, and that will be going up on Thursday. Make sure to tune in before the Game Awards goes out there because... well, I just don't want the show to get kind of swallowed up by the Game Awards. We're on Patreon, patreon.com/player2au, kicking a few bucks, lower tiers early access, higher tiers monthly episode exclusives, and finally there's Twitter, Matto.
Matto_Phil.
Paul James Games for myself, the website is player2au, and until next week, thanks a lot for watching. Fuck Black Myth and Elden Ring. Helldivers.
Go play 123 of the other games.
Yeah, including Helldivers. For Super Game Awards.